विनायकं गुरुं भानो ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वरः सरस्वतीं प्रणम्यादो सर्वकार्यार्थसिद्धये। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु गौरीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। जगदम्बिके जय जय जगत जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है, क्या मनहर नाम सुहाया है। वारो सब कुछ माँ चरणों पर मेरे मन को भाया है।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। जगदम्बिके जय जय
जगजननी माँ।
हे प्रेम पुंज है करुणामय, हे आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ। जय माँ हे प्रेम पुंज है करुणामय, हे आदि शक्ति जग जननी माँ। तेरा वरद हस्त मेरे शीश रहे, तेरा वरद हस्त मेरे शीश रहे। बालक तेरे चरणों में आया है, बालक तेरे चरणों में आया है। जगदम्बिके
जय जय जगजननी माँ।
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ जय माँ।
गुरुदेव के अंदर बैठ के माँ तुम खेलो खेला खेलाता है माँ, हे माँ, हे माँ। गुरुदेव के अंदर बैठ के माँ तुमने खेलो खेलाता उस मंजुल वैश में आकर के, उस मंजुल वैश में आकर के पतितों को गले लगाया है, दुखियों को गले लगाया है। जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ,
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ।
जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ,
जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ।
श्री राम तू ही, श्री कृष्ण तू ही, दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू। जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ। श्री राम तू ही, श्री कृष्ण तू ही, दुर्गा काली श्री राधा तू। ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में, ब्रह्मा विष्णु शिव शंकर में तेरा ही तेज समाया है, तेरा ही तेज समाया है। जगदम्बिके
जय जय जगजननी माँ, जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ।
ओ जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ,
जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ, जय माँ।
जगदम्बिके जय जय जगजननी माँ। So we'll sing bhajan, kirtan, and then we'll have little pravachan.
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ, दुर्गे
दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ,
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ,
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ।
करुणा सागर माँ,
करुणा सागर माँ,
काली कपालिनी माँ,
काली कपालिनी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ।
हे काली जय जय माँ,
हे काली जय जय माँ,
जय काली जय जय माँ,
जय काली जय जय माँ।
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ,
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ,
जय 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 जगदम्बे माँ जय 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 अम्बे माँ
जय 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 जगदम्बे माँ जय 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 अम्बे माँ
दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्मति बीरिणी दुष्टिनी सुंदिनी दुर्गम्मा रवि सुत वासिनी रजनी करासिनी रक्तसुतोषिनी ललितम्मा ओ रक्तसुतोषिनी ललितम्मा ओम दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
गणपति दोषिनी गणसुत मोदिनी गंधविलेपिनी दुर्गम्मा पावन रूपिणी पापिनी सूदिनी पालय पावनी ललितम्मा ओ पालय पावनी ललितम्मा ओम दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
हिमगिरिवासिनी हिति सुखदायिनी हरिहरकारिणी दुर्गम्मा गुरुवर रूपिणी दुरिति विशोसिनी सच्चिदानंदिनी ललितम्मा ओ सच्चिदानंदिनी ललितम्मा ओम दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता
दुम 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 दुर्गा लं 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 ललिता लं 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 ललिता लं 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 ललिता
You chorus and film. Today we are here to one. Let's sing how you look. Three when I want. My two brothers in Dharma, Pandit Adesh and Pandit Gopal, accompanied by Pandit Ramesh. Let's see how you look.
दुर्गे अस्मि दुर्गे दुर्गे
अस्मि दुर्गे
Always in my heart you are my sweet Durge.
Always in my heart you are my sweet Durge.
Durge, oh sweet Durge.
Durge, oh sweet Durge.
Always in my heart you are my sweet Durge.
Always in my heart you are my sweet Durge.
Mother of all mothers, oh Mother Durge.
Mother of all mothers, oh Mother Durge.
Make our hearts joyful, oh Mother Durge.
Make our hearts joyful, O Mother Durga.
You are the sweetest mother of this universe. Our love for you, Ma, we cannot say in words. Durge,
Oh sweet Durga, oh sweet Durga. Always in my heart,
you are my sweet Durge.
always in my heart, oh my sweet Durga.
Your beauty, oh Mother, light of that river.
Your beauty, oh Mother, lights up the
Your blessings come, oh Mother, to every little home.
Your blessings come, oh Mother, to every little home.
Your darshan, oh Mother, is the root of all joy. And blasphemy and misery you always destroy.
Durge, oh sweet Durge, Durge, oh sweet Durge. Always in my heart,
You are my sweet
Durge. Always in my heart, you are my sweet Durge.
Your mighty vehicle, the terrible lion.
Your mighty vehicle,
the terrible lion.
In your lovely arms, a divine weapon.
oh, in your lovely arms,
a divine weapon.
Shower your blessings on all, Mother. May there be peace and love forever.
Durge, oh sweet Durge, Durge, oh sweet Durge. Always in my heart, you are my sweet Durge. Always in my heart, you are my sweet Durge.
Always in my heart, you are my sweet Durge.
Sing, Prabhu. You know, the one next day, I know you have a representative, so you know.
तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता। चारों दिशा से भक्ति आशा से भक्तों की बीराए, ओ माता चारों दिशा से भक्ति आशा से भक्तों की बीराए, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता। तू जो कहे माँ वो सब सुनेंगे, दिन रात तेरी पूजा करेंगे। तू जो कहे माँ वो सब सुनेंगे, दिन रात तेरी पूजा करेंगे। सुख वो या दुख वो हम सब सहेंगे, हरियाल तेरी भक्ति करेंगे। भक्तों की पीरा भक्तों की पीरा हरने वाली माँ, कोटि कोटि है प्रणाम, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता। तीनों लोगों की तू दानी है माँ, अंतर्यामी है तू ज्ञानी है माँ। तीनों लोगों की तू दानी है माँ, अंतर्यामी है तू ज्ञानी है माँ। सुख दे के दुख का हरण करो माँ, सब जन की अर्चन ग्रहण करो माँ। दुनिया की रक्षा दुनिया की रक्षा करने वाली माँ, रोशन करे तेरा नाम, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे अम्बे माता, ओ माता तेरी शरण आए देखो हे
अम्बे माता।
चारों दिशा से भक्ति आशा से भक्तों की बीराए माता। चारों दिशा से भक्ति आशा से भक्तों की बीराए।
ओ माता तेरी शरण आए, देखो हे अम्बे माता। ओ माता तेरी शरण आए, देखो हे अम्बे माता।
ओ माता
तेरी शरण आए, देखो हे अम्बे माता।
To the Divine Mother, on this beautiful day, in this period of Navaratri in 2020, we pray and we ask her blessings. As we sit this evening, in the beginning of Devi Bhagavad, there is a katha that encompasses two particular individuals by the name of Madhu and Kaitab. It's a very familiar katha that we all know, but I want you to take a moment and think about something that we may not be thinking about. That Divine Mother, whose very presence is necessary for success in this world. The katha says that, and that's why I ask so many questions while the puja was going on, the significance of the flag and all of those things. At the time of Pralay, Bhagavan Vishnu was lying, and as he's lying there, in that Nidra Asana, in that deep sleep, what is happening? Out of his navel is born a beautiful lotus flower. And on top of that lotus flower, Brahmaji is sitting in meditation. Brahmaji is trying to find his purpose in this world. Bhagavan Vishnu is still asleep, as it were. Because the energy of Brahmaji, now please understand, before I tell you this thing, you must know that Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, the three primordial energies and their respective Shakti. But when we understand, when we hear these terms, and I ask you, who is Brahma, who is Vishnu and who is Shiva? What will you tell me? In English, Brahma is described as the creator, right? That's what we all know. That was we've been taught this, right? Bhagavan Vishnu is the preserver, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. So we have a lot of destruction, we have a lot of creation, and we have a lot of preservation. So all things in this universe are created, they are preserved, and then they are destroyed. Now, as I always tell you, English language is an interesting thing, and words are very powerful. If you have a lot of creation and you have a lot of destruction, because to create and then the opposite of create is to destroy, what is the purpose of having a lot of preservation? What does the word preserve mean? When you want to extend the shelf life of something, you preserve it, right? So when guava is in season long time, what do you do with the guava? You make jams and jellies and all of those things, right? So you preserve it for when it's not in season. We know this thing? Long time, when you go by the parlor, that a big glass bottle soup. And inside of that glass bottle, what do you still have inside there? With all of these banana and garlic and pepper and all kind of thing. Yeah, some big pomsite so, right? Soaking inside a whole week. You're going at the end of the week because you know what you want when you now go in? The flavor is soaking it. So we extend the life of this thing, shelf life. So we understand that the purpose of preserving something is to extend its life because the lifespan is short. It's perishable. It by its very nature, it is not designed to last long. It has a very short time span and then it's out of season and you have to wait next year. So if you want this thing to last, you have to preserve it. Am I going correct so far? Okay. So somehow Brahmaji just create things that don't last. So we need somebody to preserve it so that it can last. But if we're preserving something to last, why we want to have a destroyer? So something ain't making sense, right? I don't know about you, but English language is a kind of thing when you listen to. When I was younger, I was kind of stupid. I must be still a little bundu, but I've tried to think about these things. I've heard it just like you. And Bhagavan say, okay, sit down here and see if you could make sense of it and tell people and see if you could help them make sense of it too. So, don't think make no sense. But you have to remember, we do not understand Hinduism, and I'm using the word Hinduism, that's not the correct word. We do not understand Sanatan Dharma from a Sanatanist point of view. We understand it from an English point of view. Because the books that you are reading that has been translated into English is translated by the conqueror of India, which is some English people in Britain and England and all that kind of thing. That's what you're reading, right? So the person who is translating your text for you, he will put it in a language that he knows. So he is translating Hinduism from a Christianized perspective. So they have creator, destroyer, and preserver. That's their language. That is not our language. If you want to understand your dharma, try to understand your dharma from your dharma's perspective. Try to understand Hinduism from a Hindu perspective and not from a Western perspective. You're not going to get the true essence of what it is. And the very basic foundation of our dharma is creator, preserver, and destroyer. That is wrong. That is not correct. We don't have no creator, we have no preserver, we have no destroyer. You need to change that immediately. Because if you don't get that basic concept correct, then everything else that is explained going to have in it flaws. And you're going to misrepresent. So, Rachati is the process. Brahmaji, all Brahmaji does is manifest things that are in existence already. Because we know what pralay means. At the end of this yuga, when pralay comes, what is pralay? Pralay means everything goes to sleep, as it were. And it will wake up. Just as Bhagavan Vishnu is asleep, if there is no existing universe, the principal energy of Lord Vishnu doesn't exist. Because his existence is to sustain and maintain this universe until the time comes when Lord Shiva will put everything into stasis, into pralay. Or to mothball. You know mothball? You have ever heard that word before? These days, them politicians using that word regular. They put the factory, the refinery into mothball. You know what mothball means? They shut down the factory, you know. Mothball means they have it in a kind of stasis kind of way, so that if you want to start it back, you could start it back, and you have to rebuild a whole refinery. That's what that means. So they have some kind of systematic maintenance to just keep the thing at a certain level. So now see, that's what Lord Shiva does, you know. All Lord Shiva does is dismantle the universe and puts it to sleep in stasis called pralay. When the time comes for creation to restart, then Brahmaji, his job is to find all the parts that Lord Shiva put away in storage, mount it up back, and crank it up, and it will start to work. I'm telling you in as simple language as I could tell you, right? And it will start to work. But you know, everything when it starts to work after time, everybody here who have access to a vehicle, after time you just have scheduled maintenance, right? And if you don't have the maintenance, what's happened to the warranty? Well, this universe also has maintenance. Time to time, people just grow a little, they just grow out of their pants a little bit and they just give a little trouble. So Bhagavan Vishnu, they got to call and say, oh God, Raksha Karo, Kripa Karo, please Bhagavan save us. So thus Avatar, from the beginning of time, he came in different forms. The last major manifestation that being of Purna Avatar, being of Bhagavan Krishna. To do what? Bhagavan Krishna never destroyed all evil, you know. No form of the Lord destroyed all evil at all. All Bhagavan does is balance the scale. Re-establish righteousness. Didn't say destroy evil in anything. He destroyed the evil doers. And then he established righteousness where it ought to be. So you stay in your corner and you stay in your corner and the universe goes on. Because there's a place for everything. They don't wipe out anything. If you wipe out anything, where we get a news that are evil from? But he creates everything, and there's a reason and a purpose behind everything. We need to try to understand why the Lord does what the Lord does. But Bhagavan Vishnu will descend in this universe at the appropriate time for scheduled maintenance to make sure everybody operate according to how they ought to operate, and he gone back. And he'll go back and relax again, Chief Sagar, until they go come and they go bawl and they go cry, oh God, Raksha Karo, Kripa Karo, some Raksha doing some tapasya, he go want to take away heaven and this and that, and then fellas do no puja, you know, but they study running and begging Bhagavan for help. Like that. So he sustains and maintains. And Bhagavan Shiva, he is the easiest devata to please. 30 quote, they say we have 33 million, right? Of the 33 million, it have a devata soft like Lord Shiva, that easiest devata to please. People just get that, right? The closest deity that we have to us is Hanumanji, because he's still here. He never leave and gone nowhere. Bhagavan says, as long as the sun and moon are in existence, you stay here, protect my devotees. So he's the closest, but he's one of the hardest to please. Don't feel when you call him, come and Jesu. Sankata kate mite sabapira, jo sumire Hanumat balbira. When you have difficulties and problems and things, and you sumire Hanumanji, he will come, right? But if you never take his name in your life yet, when you get a pain and you call him a feel, he go come. Just remember to have a whole set of people in front of you who they call in his name all the time, you know. So you had to wait your turn. Doesn't work like that. Understand that Lord Shiva is the most softest, easiest devata to please. Nobody more soft than he. So soft he is. Jagat Guru, Jagat Pita, Karuna Sagar, Karuna Avatar. Karpura Gauram, Karuna Avatar. What is Karuna? The very embodiment, incarnation of compassion. And you telling me he's a destroyer? When you hear Lord Shiva, the destroyer, you get frightened, you're hiding, you don't want to see he at all. So you need to, words are very powerful. So when we teach our children and the young ones, we need to know what we are teaching them. And the reason why I'm telling you this is back to the Katha, where in that state of pralaya, Brahma Ji is performing his, as a matter of fact, Brahma didn't start to create anything yet. The whole place in a state of darkness, in a state of pralaya. Nothing is happening. Brahmaji is now coming into his awareness, because you have to understand that we think that there is only one solar system like this, right? Kagaji, which is a crow. Bhagavan decided when he took the avatar of Bhagavan Rama, Bhagavan Vishnu, he decided to have a little fun with this devotee of his. So Kagaji wanted to see Bhagavan Rama be a part of the Leela. Well, Bhagavan was eating and some crumbs fall on this. He picked one of the crumbs and he take Bhagavan food kind of winner. Bhagavan said, what? You taking my food? And he go to hold him, and Kagaji started to fly. And when he's flying there, Bhagavan going like this to catch him, and every time he turned, Bhagavan there right there to hold him, and fly as he bite. He couldn't get away at all. Bhagavan right there as he blink and he watch, so he ready to pull the tail feather like that. So Bhagavan is only playing. And then eventually they come back to the same spot, and Bhagavan open him out and swallow him. Do gari is 45 minutes. Ek gari do gari punya do me vas. For 45 minutes, Kagaji stayed inside of the belly of Bhagavan Rama. But in that 45 minutes, in real time, he experienced millions of lives. Born and die million times. And in the body of Rama, he saw millions of universes. And in each universe, he saw Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. So you feel you only have one? As I told you before, there's Golok Dakshai, there's Golok Dakshai Vishnu, Karno Dakshai Vishnu, Garbho Dakshai Vishnu, Chiro Dakshai Vishnu. Which Vishnu you think we're talking about here? You have to understand the vastness of this dharma, what it talks about. So this Vishnu is in pralaya. He's asleep, he's not awakened. And the Brahmaji is still trying to figure out what is his purpose. And as that is happening, what happens? Out of the air of Bhagavan Vishnu, some wax fall out. And when the wax falls out from his ear, two Rakshas manifest. One whose name is Madhu, and the other is Kaitab. What do they really represent? We'll see, I'll tell you just now. The name hints as to what they represent. Jai Jai Ambe, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. Oh, Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. 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 Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. Amba Bhavani Mata. Amba Bhavani Mata. Oh, Amba Bhavani Mata. Amba Bhavani Mata. Amba Bhavani Mata. Oh, Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. Jai Jai Devi, Amba Bhavani Mata. हाथ जोड़ कर तेरे चरणों में ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। हाथ जोड़ कर तेरे चरणों में ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। जय जगदीश्वरी त्रिशूलधारिणी माता। जय जगदीश्वरी त्रिशूलधारिणी माता। ओ जय जय देवी,
अम्बा भवानी माता।
जय जय देवी,
अम्बा भवानी माता।
करुणा सागर सुन मेरी पूजा, ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। करुणा सागर सुन मेरी पूजा, ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। ले लो मेरा प्रणाम। जगत पालिनी जय जग जननी माता। जगत पालिनी जय जग जननी माता। ओ जय जय देवी, अम्बा भवानी माता।
जय जय देवी, अम्बा भवानी माता।
अम्बा भवानी माता। अम्बा भवानी माता।
अम्बा भवानी माता।
अम्बा भवानी माता। अम्बा भवानी माता। ओ जय जय देवी, अम्बा भवानी माता। जय जय देवी, अम्बा भवानी माता। जय जय देवी, अम्बा भवानी माता। दुर्गा देवी माता की जय। The divine mother we see in this particular katha, these two Rakshas comes into manifestation. And you have to remember their origin. Where did they come from? They are born out of that deep state of tamas, of ignorance. From the wax of the air, they fell and they are manifested into these Rakshas of Madhu and Kaitab. Madhu, from Madhu is a honey, right? And from, if too much of anything sweet, what happens? Madhu, the root word of Madhu is mud. Mud is what? Kam, Krodh, Mad, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. We have one is intoxication and the next one is delusion. One represents intoxication and one represents delusion. These are the two Rakshas that we're talking about. And all human beings, to a certain extent, if they're not very careful, they can find themselves afflicted by these two Rakshas, intoxication and delusion. We have to be very cautious because we can manifest this in our lives sometimes. Do you know that we are all intoxicated with something? When an intoxicant is anything that affects your mind negatively. And sometimes people use intoxicants to try to get some spirituality too, you know that? Ask Raj, he will tell you, Bhaiya, that he's in satsang more than you and I. When we see him, you see him with us and you think he's a regular, but every single day he's involved in satsang. And he would have heard all of these scriptures many times over. But in Shiv Mahapuran that you've heard, all the katha of Lord Shiva, did you ever hear anyway that Lord Shiva does take a smoke? You ever hear read anywhere anybody say, well, Lord Shiva like bhang? But we know for a fact that people who want to find Lord Shiva, they decide to take a little chilam. And you know it have any chilam, right? It's legal now, so you have a right, you could say it is alright. From the old tradition, we know that there's something that. Why? Because something about it puts their mind at calm and they feel they could find Lord Shiva easier with the use of this intoxicant. So, intoxicant, to be intoxicated, sometimes we self-intoxicate for good reason. So, all the old sadhus and things, they don't know about anything, you know. When they charge up their chilaman thing and them start to sing Ramayana, it's whole night till 4 o'clock in the morning, Ramayana going on. Bam Mahadev, and they pull. And they're going on road. They had to take Mahadev name before I smoke, otherwise that thing from positive it does get negative, you know. So if you don't take Lord Shiva name, the thing don't work. Well, see Uncle Kubir laughing because he knows, if he know directly, he some of them boys and them who is. But in their mind, they were deliberately engaging in this intoxicant because they wanted to connect in a higher frequency to get some kind of spirituality, to open the Brahma of the mind. And they feel, well, they'll connect with Lord Shiva, right? You know that? Not only our tradition, all of the we is East Indian, where we come from the East Indian. In the West, this is West Indian, but the real West Indian, the original Indian and them from America. But they get wiped out now, but the real original Indian and them. Who used to do puja for Murugan Swami, Agni puja and they dance around the fire, them have a chilam too, long so. And when they charge up, and they start to dance and sing and all kind of things, who do you think they're talking to? Is we do it ourselves, they just call them by a different name. But them charge up and them also, their mind, they will never violent people, their mind would go, it will put them in a framework where they will try to connect with the divine. So over the course of time and history, intoxication and intoxicants would have been used for the human being to try to connect with something divine. Now, over time, that has become corrupted. And intoxicants now can destroy your life. So for safety, they say ban all. But people, human beings are human beings and they will try to find a way to corrupt anything. The thing not bad, you know. What you're using it for is what is bad. Nothing is bad in this universe. What you use it for is what is bad. Or good, depending on how you use anything. So, intoxicants are usually dangerous for us because we don't know how. You don't know your genetics, you don't know what you're predisposed to, you don't know how this thing's going to affect you. But if we're not careful, we can become exposed to these things and it can destroy our lives. And we see it happening. They have all of these addicts all over the place because they can't control this thing and it destroys their lives. So, intoxication. And of course, what happens when you get intoxicated? Delusion sets in. You start to see all kind of things that do exist. You start to hallucinate. The mushroom one thing, right? Not the one where you get in a restaurant when they go to eat, a different kind. That thing causes you to go in a state of delusion, and you start creating a reality that does not exist. And what you find in that reality when you come out into the real, so-called real world, then you can't live here. You want to go back into that reality. So you spend and you do whatever you want. You destroy your life and the lives of the people around you because you want to exist in that realm of delusion. Understand? So, intoxication coupled with delusion is total destruction. These two Rakshas, very powerful. Brahmaji is trying to make sense of his purpose. So what does he do? He leaves the top of that kamal and he comes down the stalk and he's walking about and he's trying to figure out in this darkness, who am I? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What's happening? Bhagavan Vishnu, so huge, he doesn't even know he's walking on Bhagavan Vishnu and the foot and coming on. He doesn't know. It's just there. Unaware, and sometimes we are blissfully unaware of the reality of this cosmos. We live in this matrix, in this Maya, and we're unaware of what's happening. And some people just like the matrix, so they want to go back. They want to stay in the Maya because the Maya is nice. But these two Rakshas, they see this old person coming towards them and they decide, because they themselves now trying to figure out, well, what is my purpose? What we've been created, but who created us? What is our purpose? And they couldn't find a soul anyway, so then decide, well, we's the boss. Not nobody else around, so we in charge. And they see Brahmaji there, so they say, let me go and check out that fella now. Now Brahmaji see two powerful Rakshas coming. What are you going to do if you see two Rakshas coming by you? Huh? What are you going to do? Remember, Rakshas that it used to have then, they don't come like that now, You had different kind of Rakshas now. They don't come like that. You know what the Rakshas look like now? You ever see one? Listen, when you go home, I'll tell you how you will see one. Right? When you go home and you go inside your room, you put on the light and watch in the mirror and you will see Rakshas. You believe it? Bhagavan Krishna himself said, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6:5, Udharet Atma na Atmanam na Atmanam avasadet Atma eva Ripuratma Bandhur Atma Ripuratmana. We are our own worst enemies and our best friend. You have to lift yourself by yourself, you lower yourself by yourself. You are your worst enemy. We are our biggest Rakshas that cause problems for ourselves. Don't look for Rakshas outside, Rakshas they're inside first. So if we can't deal with the Rakshas inside, don't look for none outside. The Rakshas of today don't look for waiting. When they come with the jacket and tie and briefcase and thing and they fool you and they rob you and thing, how do Rakshas look? They are the best language you could talk about. You bring all your money and invest it here and all kind of thing. And when they're done, you can't see them, neither money, no nothing. Right? All kind of, and they disguise it with all kind of pyramid this and forex that and all kind of thing. All kind of thing in there, right? How many people you know get swindled? Well, they can't don't cry. But what you going to do? So Rakshas today come to you, look very, very, very well dressed, well spoken, educated. Man, I tell you, when you hear them alone, they say, that fella know what you're talking about. But they are trained to deceive you. Rakshas of today are different. They're different. They don't look for no big demon who you see where you're seeing them TV and thing in it. They don't look like that again. I tell you, if you want to know what they look like, you just watch in the mirror. They go look something just like you. But the mind sees what it wants to see. So these two Rakshas are coming towards Brahma to find out who he is, what he's doing here, what's going on. Brahmaji see two powerful Rakshas coming. What is he going to do? He get frightened one time. Who did two Rakshas coming by me, but they go lick me up. So he fast. He run back up the store and he gone up. And he said, and he started pray. Now he just pray. Raksha karo, kripa karo. Whichever being has created us, please help. And what happened is Nidra Devi, the divine mother, Nidra Devi, is the goddess of sleep. She has to wake up now Bhagavan Vishnu because he is the protector. So Nidra Devi removes the Maya of sleep from Bhagavan Vishnu and he is awakened. Do you know that? You know it about Devi called Nidra Devi? So, do you know that in the time of Bhagavan Ram, Lakshmana never slept for 14 years? Do you know that? He never slept, he never ate anything, and he never drank anything for 14 years. You know why? Because, well, they got a special mantra from their guru that will allow them to sustain themselves without food or water. Nihar. Nihar. No food, no water. Why? Because you see, I tell you, some things that are happening now, you have to go way far back. See, Meghnad or Indrajit, son of Raman, he performed puja for the divine mother, Devi Mata. And he got a special chariot. And he had those special Havan. And she blessed him, Nikumbala Devi. If he sits on that chariot in Dopahar, in 6 hours, he will destroy any enemy. Nobody can conquer him at all. And then he had a second boon. Nobody can destroy him if they don't spend 12 years without eating, drinking, or sleeping. So he went into that battle with that boon. And after he get all of that kind of powers, he went and do tapasya for Lord Shiva. Because you can't be lucky and coward. You can't have all our powers and when you go in the battlefield, you're happy and you're trembling. So he prayed to Lord Shiva to ask for fearlessness. So that when he stands in battle, he's absolutely fearless. So he had that boon. So if he has a boon that the only person who could destroy him is somebody who did not eat, drink or sleep for 12 years, how are you destroying that fellow? That's why Lakshmana was the only person who could destroy him. But how did Lakshmana not sleep for 12 years? 14 years. How? Because you see, before they left for the forest, he prayed to Nidra Devi, and his wife took the sleep for him. So she slept for 14 years. While she was sleeping for 14 years, so the 12 hours that she's supposed to be waking, he's waking from 6 to 6 in the night. And his 12 hours in the day from 6 to 6, and she slept for 14 years. She was only awakened when he went back to Ayodhya. You know that piece of katha? Again, you're quick, right? But you know, that's what we call Chepa Katha. It is in Tulsi Ramayana, but you have to think. So the divine mother can give many blessings. So Lakshmana that is the only way he would have been victorious. That is why when Bhagavan Ram was eating the fruit from Shabri, Lakshmana never ate any. Because he had a purpose. You have to understand, everything is connected. So Brahmaji is praying. Nidra Devi removes that deep sleep from Bhagavan Vishnu and he awakens. And when he awakens and he gets up, these two Rakshas, they start to challenge him. Well, you know, we were here first. I don't know where you come from. So we is God. You have to worship us. So Bhagavan Vishnu said, but wait now, the last time I checked, I named Vishnu, right? You have to do my puja, not the other way around. So as you know how everything does evolve, right? They start with a little hard words, and when we start with a little disagreement, and then the languages go up in volume and expression, and when you can't win with your mouth, what does happen after? God gives some people mouth and he gives some people hand. So you know what has happened, right? When you can't fight with your mouth, you start to fight with your hand. So they decided that, okay, we will battle and whoever is victorious, that is who will be declared as God. Because there's nobody else in this realm, man. So a huge battle takes place. And how long do you think they fight for? You see, time for us is relative. We have to understand time in a greater spectrum. 1 day in Brahma calculation, 1 day of Brahma is 1,000 human years. So when I see Brahma make 1 day, you know how much time we could, and if the average human live in 100 years, at 10, check how more people go live and dead in a 1 day for Brahma. You have to understand, this thing is a huge thing. They fought for 5,000 years. Non-stop battle between these two Rakshas and Bhagavan Vishnu. But it was an unfair fight. Because they only have one Bhagwan Vishnu and them fellas and them two of them teaming up on him. So after 5,000 years, he started to get a little tired. And they say, okay, we are generous, you know. We know it's two of we and you alone, so take a little rest now, man. Catch yourself and thing, and when you're ready, we go start back to fight again. So a little ego in them, Abhiman, come on. So, all right, no, man. Take a little fight, relax yourself. And then Bhagwan Vishnu said, wait now, boy. I can't destroy these Rakshas, they're very powerful. And I want you to understand some secret katha in this thing here. The reason why Bhagwan Vishnu could not destroy them at that particular point in time is because, just like you and I, the demons we create in our life, we cannot destroy them. We need help. Bhagavan Shiva created an individual by the name of Jalandhar. Not Jal ke anda, it has no egg in the water. Jalandhar. I hear some people saying Jal ke anda. No. Jal ke anda, I mean an egg in the water. Anda is egg. Jalandhar. And even Lord Shiva. Jalandhar was born out of the Tisri Nata, the Ajna Chakra, the fire of Lord Shiva. He became angry, and out of that anger, Jalandhar was born. And even Lord Shiva could not destroy. Your anger destroys not only you, but everybody around you. So the demons we create in our life, sometimes they are so powerful that we cannot destroy them. And we need help. That's what I tell you. Don't look for the demons outside. Look for the demons inside. Devi Mata is the destroyer of all enemies, both internal and external. And her name is Durga. Durga because she destroyed a Rakshas by the name of Durgam. But the word is Durga. Durga Durgati Dur Kar Mangal Kar Sab Kaj Man Mandir Ujjwal Karo Kirpa Karte Aisa Pyar Bahari Maya. That divine mother, Bhagavan Vishnu starts to think, why can I not destroy these two Rakshas? Why are they so powerful? Why am I exhausted? What is the missing link in this thing? But you see, these two Rakshas were born of him. And usually we do not see the negativities in our own life. Most human beings like to find fault in other people. So, they're quick to point out your fault, right? So they go see a little speck in your eye and they go see a little gravel in your eye. Them have a whole quarry in their eye, but they ain't seen it. They're watching the little two pebble in yours. Most people find faults with everybody else because they like to condemn and criticize people. But sometimes, according to my guru, those who find fault had the most fault. Because you only see in this world what is in you. This world is a reflection of you. So if you're looking for thing with people, check out yourself and see if you have more fault than anybody else. And there's a particular parable that says, ye without sin cast the first stone. So if you can't fix your own problem, don't look for problem in other people's life. Try to fix your own problems first before we point fingers at other people. We live in a world today where that's how the thing goes. So much so that when we have Rakshas that are physically manifested, you have a schoolboy from St. Stephen's up there that decided that he cannot deal with this Rakshas and them no more. So the only option he thought he had was to leave this world. And there's something called Atma Hatya, from which there is no, unfortunately for that Atman, it might sound sad, but that Atman has to go through some hardship because we're not supposed to leave the world like that. But he had these demons that he had to fight. And his demons were so powerful that he couldn't fight them. And he thought that, well, okay, if I can't fight them and nobody can help me fight them, then what do I do? There's no hope, hopelessness. Bhagavan Vishnu is in a similar position of almost hopelessness here, because he cannot overcome these two Rakshas. So what do I do? So he remembers that when I cannot function, there is something bigger than me. Teri Murat Bhavani Ma Bari प्यारी है, प्यारी है। तेरी मूरत भवानी, the मूर्ति of the divine mother, प्यारी है, most beautiful. तेरी मूरत भवानी माँ बड़ी प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है। सो है चंबे जगदम्बे माँ तेरी सवारी है, सवारी है, सवारी है, सवारी है। तेरी मूरत भवानी माँ बड़ी प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है। सुधा भक्ति की माँ मुझको पिला देना, मुझे निज नाम की जोगिन बना देना। सुधा भक्ति की माँ मुझको पिला देना, मुझे निज नाम की जोगिन बना देना। मेरी नैनों में अब तेरी है माँ, कुमारी है, कुमारी है, कुमारी है, कुमारी है। तेरी मूरत भवानी माँ बड़ी प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है। तोरे विश्वास की अपना कभी तोते, चाहे रूते जहां सोना कभी रूते। दोरे विश्वास की अपना कभी टूटे, चाहे रुते जहां सोना कभी रुते। तेरी मस्ती में दुनिया है माँ बेसारी है, बेसारी है, बेसारी है, बेसारी है। तेरी मूरत भवानी माँ बड़ी प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है, प्यारी है। The Divine Mother is most beautiful, my dear friends, shining beautifully, resplendent, very golden in complexion. That Divine Mother, Bhagavan Vishnu, remembers that there is some power that is greater than us if we understand and appreciate. So he's there, coming out of his tiredness, listening to these two Rakshas. And you know what they tell him? We understand, O Vishnu, that you are tired and you need some rest and you will not be able to destroy us. Therefore, we recognize our superiority over you. Please understand that our demons can become superior to us. Our demons can grow so big and so powerful that we cannot overcome them. And they can take charge of your life and not only ruin your life, but all those around you. Sometimes we don't see it and we don't understand it. But the demons we create for ourselves, if we do not pay heed and attention to the advice that we get and we think we know everything, meaning the young ones growing up. You create these demons and your parents have to suffer. They can't sleep in the night because they know where you're knocking and they know when the police will come and call them and tell them something wrong with you. You know, young people don't care about anything at all, right? They do a business. How they say? Sunday could fall on a Monday. And they don't care. But they bring distress to parents because they don't sleep. They're waiting whole night to see when you will come home or what happen. Waiting for a phone call. Maybe my son end up in jail. Somebody shoot him or something like that. So we distress people around us. So our demons don't only affect us, but it affects those around us. And we don't see it sometimes. And then they become so powerful that if you do not have the right person that could take you to the right place to get some relief from this problem, that's the end of your life. Bhagavan Vishnu is in such a position where these two Rakshas are at the cusp of overpowering him. And he says, ask for a boon. We will gladly give you a boon. Because we are superior and we recognize that you can't make. So ask us for a boon, we'll give a boon. Brahmaji, Bhagavan Vishnu quickly, very intellectual. You have to be intellectually sharp, you know. Please understand this. If you are a bhakta or a devotee of the Lord, you have to be, upstairs had to be clicking good, you know. Any devotee of the Lord, he had to be quick up here and thinking, you know. Bhagavan Vishnu says, this is the boon I ask. I will be the one to destroy both of you all. So hear him. Tatastu. Bhagavan Vishnu is saying, since you all are so generous and you are giving me a boon, I will also give you a boon. What you want? So they say, oh, you want to be the one killing us? No problem. When they look around, all they could see is water. Pitch black, but water all over. So they say, you will be the one to kill us, yes. But you can only kill us on dry land. But the Hanola know it. See, I tell you, in your mind, tricksters be playing all kinds of things happen to you if you're not careful. So this one feeling smart and that one feeling more smart. So one is right and one is more right. Who will see? Bhagavan Vishnu decides that, oh, there is a Devi. And he begins to pray and he begins to meditate upon the Divine Mother. To ask for her blessings. To help in this battle. How do we pray and how do we ask of that Divine Mother's blessings? Simple, you know. You don't need any big fancy language to pray. All you need is the language of the heart. And Bhagavan Vishnu calls upon the Divine Mother to bring blessing to help him overcome this demon, this challenge that he's facing. Tonight, I ask you to join with me in very simple words. Jayati Jayati Mateshwari Sahasravadanato Sukha Sampati Vardana Do Das Jan Karmo. Whatever problem that you're facing tonight, my dear friends, in whichever aspect of your being, whether physically, mentally or otherwise, we call upon the Divine Mother to help us to overcome. Janani Ma Jai Jag Janani Ma Janani Ma Jai Jag Janani Ma Janani Ma Jai Jag Janani Ma. Bolo
Janani Ma Jai Jag Janani Ma
Janani Ma Jai Jag Janani Ma.
Janani Ma
Bhagavan Vishnu closes his apologize for a moment and he calls upon the Divine Mother.
प्रेमवादिनी माँ प्रेमवादिनी माँ जालवादिनी माँ जालवादिनी माँ जननी माँ जय जग जननी
माँ, रक्षा करो, कृपा करो. Help me in this battle that I'm facing that seems difficult, that I cannot overcome. Oh Ma, I supplicate myself onto your feet.
ज्ञानदायिनी माँ ओ ज्ञानदायिनी माँ शक्तिदायिनी माँ
सबो
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
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 हंसवाहिनी माँ
हंसवाहिनी माँ
शेरवाहिनी माँ
क्षीरवाहिनी माँ
ओ शेरवाहिनी माँ
क्षीरवाहिनी माँ
सिंहवाहिनी माँ
सिंहवाहिनी माँ
सबो जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
ओ जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जगत पालिनी माँ
जगत पालिनी माँ
जगत पालिनी माँ
जगत पालिनी माँ
विद्यादायिनी माँ
विद्यादायिनी माँ
सबो जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
ओ जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी
बोलो श्री नव दुर्गा देवी माता की जय. भगवान विष्णु is praying, Ma,
जग जननी
you are the creator of all of this Prakriti, of this cosmos. You are Mahamaya. There's Prakriti and there's Purusha. What is Prakriti? 24 elements of matter, and then there's that one Purusha, the atom, the life force that brings life into this universe. Ma, protect me against my own demons. Help me to overcome these challenges. If a human being who is in a state of darkness, whether that person is afflicted by some mental problem, substance abuse, or some kind of physical problem, a lot of people are walking around, and people that you might be interacting with, who might be smiling with you, but you know the darkness that might be enveloping their life. Do you know that behind that smile, if you don't have the requisite filter to see beyond that smile, That person might have mental problems. And what the smile you see is just a cover. That person might have some sort of difficulty. And you just smiling with that person and giving them some greeting could change that person's life. One positive word from you could make a difference. You never know. One word. But you will not know, because most times if you're not trained, you will not see beyond. Some people smiling with their mouth in, but if you watch their eye and you could read, you will know that all is not well. We have a mental problem crisis in this country. Mental health illness is rampant in our country. It might be rampant around the world. Mental health issues are far more outweighing the issues of heart and lungs and cancer and all kind of physical ailments like that. Do you know that? A lot of people in our society are afflicted by mental health. And all it might take from us is just one word. We don't know. And that word could just be in passing. And it could make the difference in somebody's life. If we have any access to any agency that could lend assistance, you could direct somebody there, please direct that person there. Because you do not know. Today you were talking and laughing, and then next you say, boy, hey, just 2 days ago I talked to this person, boy, what happened was I didn't even know all our problem going on there. Because we are busy with our own lives, that sometimes we don't pay attention to those around us. And I tell you, adults are affected by this thing. See this thing called depression? From oppression and suppression, you just get depression. And some people just naturally depressed. No matter what you tell them, could never see the glass as half empty. It's always half full, it's always half empty. No matter what you tell them, the whole place so pretty and nice, them go see one black spot in the wall and say, well, they couldn't have been that way. Because in them, that's all they will see. They can't see anything else. And some people program their lives like that. Our young people, our children, our grandchildren, this young generation cannot handle stress. And half of the reason why they can't handle stress is because they don't have enough work to do. We didn't have mental health problems long time, and it might have it in a little 1% maybe, right? Didn't have too much of that mental health problem long time, you know. When you wake up in the morning, and you had to go and cut cane 5 o'clock in the morning, and when you come back home, you had to go in the garden and you have about 9 cows to see about, and you had to cut grass and milk cow, and them lady and them have about 20 roti to make in the morning, and they had to milk the cow home, make butter and ghee and dahi and all kind of thing, and lunchtime is a pot of rice big, so you had to strain because you have about 20 of them to feed, and in the evening you had to make 20 roti again. You think you had time, and then you still had 10 children to see about. Which part in there you had time to be oppressed and depressed and suppressed and all kind of thing? You had any depression then? You don't have time for no kind of stress. The amount of stress you have in the physical activity and the amount of things you have enough hours in the day. And look, Mo, tell me now if I'm lying. Look, she laughing because she know the amount of work you have to do, you don't have time to sit down and think about no stress. So it's not that you didn't have stress, you know, but you had enough physical activity to work out the stress. No work to do. They're sleeping in cold breeze, driving in cold breeze, walking in cold breeze, everything is cold breeze. And they still stress out. What is stress out for? What these young people have to do to stress out? They won't ask them where is a broom, they don't know where is that. You ask them where milk come from the grocery in a pack, they don't know where that cow. You ask them anything, they don't know nothing about nothing. But you know who do that? Who responsible for that, right? It's the parents, you know. Don't feel anybody else responsible for that except you, the parent, you know. You know why? You know what the old people say? Me, I want my children work hard, you know. I see hardship and I ease them up now. You dead? Something wrong with you? And you're still living and you're going good? So you want the children work hard, so giving them a lazy lifestyle. No, why not? The children have to go to school and they have lessons and how can let them sleep till 12 o'clock. If you sleep till 12 o'clock, you know what happened to you? Sun can't meet you in the bed, there's licks, you know, you have to wake up. Because you have things to do. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. You ever heard that before? All these set of children we have nothing to do. Make sure you create a chat for them. Let them start a sweep house. If you have an electric broom self, you know the one where they plug on and blow on thing, that electric broom. Let them blow the yard, wash the yard, give them some responsibility. Them work pet and you have to mind it. I want a dog, I want a cat, I want a fish, and who minding it after? You or them? They just want it because everybody have one, they want to, but you have to do all the work. Is that true or not true? Children today have it too nice, and sometimes in trying to make life easy for people, you do them a disservice. In trying to make life easy for our children, we are inadvertently causing problems for them. Didn't have a long time you think you're walking to school barefoot. When you're coming back home, you have to go and cut grass, you have to go in the garden and help out too, you have enough work to do, and still you have to dig out with a flambeau. Well, I see a lamp by Pandit Saturday night, long time he had lamp working good. I'll see with that. You have to study with lamp. And all those children of that generation, doctor, lawyer, teacher, all kind of engineer and engine fan, all kind of thing they make. All not true or not true? With less resources and plenty hard work. Today we have all the resources. And what happened to the children? Well, it's fast food and fast life and live fast and dead young. True or not true? But after you leave and you go home from it, you're going to dular them same grandchildren and them still. So you're only true while I say now we sit down here, right? As you walk out the door, those study here. It's all you sit down here who doing nothing, not me. All you. We are all guilty, all of us, to some extent. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that you have to torture your children, but what you need to do is to give them some little responsibility so that they can appreciate how hard you work for what you have. Because if they do not appreciate it, they're going to squander it and waste it away. Children need something to keep them grounded, so they need a, well now, what kind of work you have? You have concrete wrong by you, so you have grass to cut. And now they have an electric robot, so he's sweeping the house, so you have none to sweep. And everybody eating in Stereotex well, so you have no plate to wash, so where are you going? That's the life we live in now. Plastic and Stereotex life, so it hardly have work for the children to do. But we have to still give them some responsibility. Give them some activity where they could learn some responsibility, because I am telling you, our children are vulnerable. You ask any teacher in any school and they will tell you, sometimes parents are the last to know, but there are children walking about, and I'm talking about not just children in primary school and secondary school, teenagers, young adults, people between 20, 30, 35, who you'll be seen walking around there, they are stressed out. They're in a very difficult place and we refuse to see it, and worse yet, we don't even want to acknowledge it or talk about it because that's a taboo thing. What are we talking about? My child good. We could say something wrong with my child good. And it's the parents who like that, my child good, and when something happens, they say, oh God, what happened to my child? First thing you'll say, Mama, check the book, somebody do my child something, see if he has some prayers to fix that. You ain't have no prayers to fix stupid people. I read nearly all the book, can't Baba, they go tell you. But if you want to do our prayers, well, we could do our prayers. Those say the prayers ain't working. But we have to accept we are living in the 21st century. We need to understand that there are something that prayers could fix, and there are some things that you need the doctor to fix. There's some things you need the psychologist and the counselor to fix. And there are some things that we need to fix for ourselves as parents. Bhagavan Vishnu is showing us here tonight that these Rakshas are so powerful that he who is the sustainer of this universe is not afraid to ask for help. He's calling on the Divine Mother, Ma, please help me. We cannot be afraid to ask for help. Because of course, you know, that's the next taboo thing. Nobody wants to ask for help because people might laugh at you, right? But we have to ask. And if we can help somebody, let us try to help them. Don't put down anybody. Let us help each one, help one. We have to help our people. The Divine Mother manifested, and all he saw was a head out of the darkness. A beautiful face, glowing red eyes, and a beautiful red chandan. And Bhagavan Vishnu bows and he says, Ma, please help me. She says, my son, don't worry, I will help you. And she looks at these two Rakshas, and when Bhagavan Vishnu looked, he saw Divine Mother. When the two Rakshas looked, they say, oh, Ati Sundari, where did this one come from? So she don't catch them already. She gave them two wink eye, and them fellas and them knees started shake so. Intoxication, madhu, intoxication. They became intoxicated with the physical beauty and they did not see the spirituality behind it. And that was the beginning of the end of them. I'm telling you, We are young still, you know it? Babs and all young too. Them boys and them, I know they're taking the application and thing, but they're still available. So, it had two kind of bow, right? The bow of Lord Shiva that Bhagwan Ram broke, right? To get Devi Sita. Well, all women folk are born with two bow. All of them, you have to know. One, every now and again they just have to go by somebody to fix it up and make sure the bow shape good. And they go put the arrow there, right? When you see them, I think there's a stick on it, look like an arrowhead itself. You know that? You ever see that yet? When you see they don't fix it, and if they don't like how Bhagwan would they draw one and all to them, fixed up nice. And if they only wink their eye at you and think that is it, you know, your knee get like jelly and all kind of thing, if you're not careful, and that bow could lick you up. That bow does catch you first. And then that same Devi have a next bow, right? Bhagwan know that that bow is a very dangerous bow. So he put 32 security guard in front of that bow. Because when they see that arrow released, that could wipe you out. You know what that bow is? Yeah. When you see they smile. And the arrow behind that had 32 security guard in front of it, because when you see that arrow release this, well, son, better they hit you with a hand than they tell you anything. One is to weaken you and the next one is to wipe you out clean. The Bhagavan know how he make this Maya. That's just how it is. That's the reality of the world that we live in. But they got captivated by the wrong thing. And what happened? Eventually, because of the intervention of the Divine Mother, Bhagavan Vishnu was able to overcome these two Rakshas. She helped him because she distracted them and he was able to defeat them. When he defeated them, of course, the boon was he will destroy them. And they accepted their defeat and they say, okay, Bhagavan, we accept our defeat, you can destroy us. But remember, we have a boon. You cannot destroy us, or you have to destroy us where there's land. So Bhagavan Vishnu, in order to fulfill that promise, he knelt down, put his foot in Bir Asana, and his leg expanded yojans wide. And he said, rest your head here. Cut off the head. And the blood flowed across this plane. You get a Rakta Bhumi. Sea of blood. And that is how Madhu and Kaita would have been destroyed. So we need to understand that we need help. Sometimes, not all the time we'll be strong enough to be successful. There are some times in our life when we need help. And we cannot be too proud or too big to ask for that help. All of us need help at some time. We ask the Divine Mother for help. We ask God. And of course, while we think about the Divine Mother, we all have a physical mother, and mother is our first God. So we'll do this beautiful bhajan, this beautiful song we'll dedicate to all mothers in the spirit of Navratri. If your mother is not here, you can think about her wherever she is. And we ask the Divine Lord to bless all mothers. उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी, पर इसकी जरूरत क्या होगी। ऐ माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी, क्या होगी। उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी, पर इसकी जरूरत क्या होगी। ऐ माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी, क्या होगी। उसको नहीं देखा हमने कभी। इंसान को क्या देवता भी आंचल में पले तेरे, है स्वर्ग इसी दुनिया में, कदमों के तले तेरे ममता ही लुटारे। जिसके नयन ऐसी कोई मूरत क्या होगी, है माँ तेरी सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी, क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा
हमने कभी।
क्या धूप जले दुखों की, जो घम की गता बरसे, ये हाथ दुआओं वाले रहते हैं सदा सर पे। तू है तू अंधेरे पट में हमें सूरज की जरूरत क्या होगी, ऐ माँ तेरी
सूरत से अलग भगवान की सूरत क्या होगी, क्या होगी उसको नहीं देखा
हमने कभी उसको नहीं देखा, हमने कभी उसको नहीं देखा। So all of the mothers in this world who dedicate their life, their energy towards the protection of their children, taking care of them and providing for them all of the things even before they are born until they get old. To all our mothers, we ask the Divine Mother's blessings upon them to continue to give them that strength, that help, that resolve. To all mothers who are here, Bhagwan's blessings to you, for you are the closest thing to God before even Father.
वो तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया। वो तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया। वो दुनिया नजरे पेरी तो पेरी, दुनिया नजरे पेरी तो पेरी। मुझको तेरी नजर है नैया, वो तेरी गोद में सर है मैया। अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया। दुनिया नजरे पेरी तो पेरी, दुनिया नजरे पेरी तो पेरी। मुझ पे तेरी नजर है मैया, वो तेरी गोद में सर है मैया। अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया। तेरा दर्स यहाँ भी है, तेरा दर्स वहाँ भी है। तेरा दर्स यहाँ भी है, तेरा दर्स वहाँ भी है। हर दुख से लड़ने को मैया तेरा एक जयकारा काफी है, काफी है, वो काफी है, काफी है। मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार। दिल में लगा तेरा दरबार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार। तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया। मैं संतान तू माता, तू मेरे जीवन दाता। मैं संतान तू माता, तू मेरे जीवन दाता। जग में सबसे गहरा मैया तेरा और मेरा है नाता, है नाता, है नाता, है नाता। मैया जयकार, दिल में लगा तेरा दरबार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, दिल में लगा तेरा दरबार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया, दुनिया नजरे तेरे तो तेरे, दुनिया नजरे तेरे तो तेरे, मुझ पे तेरी नजर है मैया, तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया, दुनिया नजरे तेरे तो तेरे, दुनिया नजरे तेरे तो तेरे, मुझ पे तेरी नजर है मैया, तेरी गोद में सर है मैया, अब मुझको क्या डर है मैया, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, दिल में लगा तेरा दरबार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, दिल में लगा तेरा दरबार, मैया तेरी जय जयकार, 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 मैया तेरी जय जयकार।
जय जय मैया, जय जय मैया, जय जय शक्तिमान, जय जय मैया, जय जय मैया, जय जय काली माँ, जय जय देविया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा, जय जय देविया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा, जय जय मैया, जय जय मैया, जय जय शक्ति माँ, जय जय मैया, जय मैया, जय जय काली माँ, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा। पहली देवी शैलपुत्री माँ, दूसरी देवी ब्रह्मचारिणी माँ, तीसरी देवी चंद्रघंटा माँ, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा। चौथी देवी कुष्मांडी माँ, पंच देवी शंता माँ, छठी देवी कात्यायनी माँ, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा, जय जय कालिया मैया, ओ जय जय मारियम्मा। सत्वी देवी कालरात्रि माँ, आठवीं देवी माँ गौरी माँ, नौवीं देवी
So we all please stand. As we offer the Purnahuti, the Balidan, the fruit sacrifice into the holy fire, we ask the Divine Mother's blessings upon each and every one of you to protect you from all challenges that exist in whichever realm of physical, mental, spiritual, our own enemies as well, Uma. As we make this offering, be pleased with us, accept our prayer and our love and our devotion. Help us to overcome challenges that exist in all spheres of our life. Hari Om. Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhutarti Harini Jai Sarvgate Devi Kala Ratri Namostute. Om Purnamada Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamiva Vashishyate. Om Sarvamai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvapapharam Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Madatam Achmanyam Grihyatam Purushottamah Agnidevaya Namaha Achmanyam Samarpayami. Om Uttar Dakshim Puram Paschim Akash Patal Agnidevata Dupdanam Samarpayami. Hari Om Agnidevaya Namaha Dupam Agrapayami. Om Tanasmi Saha Santu Medam Devi Sri Agnidevaya Namaha. Hari Om Sri Aganaye Namaha. Sajam Javarti Sangyuktang Mahina Yojitang Maya Deepam Grihana Deveshe Trailokyatimirapah. तुमको निस दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी तुमको निस दिन ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी
हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी
ओ मैया जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
मांग सिंदूर विराजत पीको मृग मद को
मांग सिंदूर विराजत पीको मृग मद को
उज्ज्वल से दो नैना चंद्रवदन को बोलो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
कनक समा कलेवर रक्तांबर राजे
कनक समान कलेवर रक्तांबर राजे
रक्त पुष्प गलमाला तंतन पर साजे बोलो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती
कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती
कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर कोटिक चंद्र दिवाकर अरे राजक समझो सबो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा
हरि वाहन राजत पद खपर धरी
हे हरि वाहन राजत चक्र खपर धारी
सुर नर मुनि जन सेवक तिनके दुख हरी सबो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
ओ मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
शुंभ निशुंभ विधारे महिषासुर घाते
शुंभ निशुंभ विधारे महिषासुर घाती
धूम्र विलोचन नैना निषदिन मदमाति सबो
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
ब्रह्मानी रुद्रानी तुम कमला रानी
ब्रह्मानि
रानी तुम कमला रानी
अगम निगम भक्तानी तुम शिव पत्रानी ओ मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे
श्री अम्बे जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे
कहत शिवानंद स्वामी मन वांछित फल पाए ओ मैया
जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
ओ मैया
जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी ओ मैया जय श्यामा गौरी
बोलो श्री ना दुर्गा देवी माता की जय. As we close this evening's spiritual exercising, having performed puja, bhajan, kirtan dedicated to Divine Mother, pravachan, so that we can understand the relevance of our katha in our real life, how valuable it still is, and how much we must try to make a difference in our own life. There comes a point in time when we can only do so much. Ma, during this period of time that is especially dedicated to your honor and your worship, we make a salient call. Please extend your blessings and your graces upon all of us, especially our young ones who need your assistance to come out of the darkness that they sometimes find themselves in. We pray for our younger generation. They're already so far and few in between. Let us ask for protection, and for ourselves as well. दुर्गे दुर्गा विनाशिनी माया हरि माता भयहारिणी कामाक्षी गिरिजा उमा भगवती भागेश्वरी योगिनी त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम हरि ओम. बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय. ना दुर्गा देवी माता की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की, सकल पंच की जय जय सीताराम।